Hey everybody, welcome to the Soft Spoken Scientist channel. Today we're going to be working on stoichiometry and mole ratios, alright? Stoichiometry problems are about using mole ratios correctly. If you can move from one substance to another using the balanced equation, you can handle most general chemistry exam questions. In this video, we'll work through multiple stoichiometry problems, showing all the setup, units, and the answers. Alright. So the stoichiometry rule is that the coefficients in a balanced equation are mole ratios. All right. Stoichiometry always starts with the balanced chemical equation. So let's do an example. All right. We have, using the reaction, we have 2H2 plus O2 is going to form 2 waters. And the question is, how many moles of water form from 3 moles of H2? So what are we given? We're given 3 moles of hydrogen, and our goal is to get to moles of water. So from the coefficients, we see we have 2 moles of water for every 2 moles of hydrogen. You see that literally in this equation. Coefficients give mole-to-mole relationships. And then I have to, again, get rid of the moles of hydrogen to form the moles of H2O. So I have moles of moles of H2, and it's 3. So 3 moles of H2, yep, and the moles cancel out. And I have 6 divided by 2, which is 3. I canceled the units, I get 3.00 specifically. Don't forget your sig figs. 3.00 moles of H2O. Again, always cancel units before doing math. Let's try example problem 2. Using 2H2 plus O2 to form 2 water, how many moles of O2 are required to react with 10 grams of H2? Remember, each H, the atomic mass, if you look at the periodic table, it's like 1.01. So the molar mass of H2 is 2.02 grams per mole, all right? So the first step is to convert grams into mole, because guess what? We want to get to moles, and we are given 10.0 grams of H2. I need to get rid of grams of H2. So there's 2.02 grams of H2 for every 1 mole, which would get me 4.95 moles of H2. 3 significant figures, we did that. Now, we have to get rid of moles of H2, and we need to get all the way to moles of oxygen. Oh, so I'm going to cancel out these moles of H2, and then I'm right with the right unit. So that's a good way to know where you stand with one of these. I know that for every 2 moles of H2, according to the equation that is up there, there's 1 mole of O2. Because remember, there's an invisible 1 up here. So 4.95 divided by 2 is 2.48 moles of O2. Stoichiometry is a chain. Grams to moles, then moles to moles. All right? Let's try example 3. So, they gave us this formula, and they want to know how many grams of NH3 form from 15 grams of H2. And remember, H2's molar mass is 2.02 grams per mole. And then NH3 is molar mass is 17.03 grams per mole. N is 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. Okay? And on the periodic table, you can see that. All right. So we were given first 15 grams of H2, and we have to get to grams of NH3. So I have 15 grams of H2, And I know for the grams of H2, they got to cancel out. And for H2, there's 2.02 grams of H2 for every 1 mole of H2. Now, I'm looking at this, and I know that there is 3 moles of H2 for every 2 moles of NH3. And for every 1 mole of NH3, I have 17.03 grams. Now, when I plug all of this into a calculator, you multiply all the numerators first. You do 15 times 2 times 17.03. You're going to get 510.9 in the numerator, and I'll get to the units at the end. And then 2.02 times 3, which is 6.06. So if you do the math, you would get about 84.3 grams, considering your sig figs, of course. 84.3 grams of NH3. And I know that I did this right. I'm going to tell you how. Look at this. The grams of H2 cancels out. The moles of H2 cancels out. The moles of NH3 cancels out. And I'm left with grams of NH3, which is all I wanted. Boop. All right. And then I did the math. All right. And I did this on my calculator. Okay. So the answer is 84.3 grams of NH3. Exams love grams to grams problems because they test every step. Students lose points when they skip the mole ratio, forget to balance the equation, or try to do steps mentally. Writing every step protects your grade. Stoichiometry is tricky, but it's definitely doable. If you practice these setup, exam problems become predictable. Please like and subscribe if this video has helped you. And STEM is for everybody, but especially you.